When you walk in a room, do you feel like you own it? Here to help you boost your confidence, we have certified sexologist and intimacy coach Shannon Boodram. I love this topic. You posted on Instagram, and I was like, we need to cover this on Cityline, because I feel like a lot of us, and I don't want to generalize, I'm a woman, so I can only speak about women. A lot of us make ourselves teeny tiny, smaller than we are. And that process of evolution and really taking up space and being big and being a little bit more loud and sort of understanding who you are, it really is a process, and it doesn't necessarily come naturally to all of us. Now, I've been on a journey, you've been on a journey,
Yes.
and I think that as you go along this journey, you question yourself a lot, and often you feel like, maybe I don't belong here, maybe I shouldn't be here, maybe this attention shouldn't be on me. So we want to talk about actionable steps that we might be able to take to feel like we should be in this space and to own it.
Yes.
What would you say?
This is my in my space and owning it skirt.
It really
I'm taking up
is.
space today.
You are not going to you're not going to fade into the background in this skirt. As a matter of fact, can you just stand up so we can just, like, we really actually need to see this skirt? That's not for a shy girl that doesn't belong here. So you're taking up space. The first step to that is what?
Getting over the imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
So acknowledging that if you are in a room, you belong in that room. And I use this analogy of, you know, when you go shopping and you go to a store that you go all the time, think about how you behave in that store. You look at things, you talk to your girlfriend really loud, you try stuff on, you have fun and you play.
Yes.
Now when you go to an expensive store and all of a sudden you feel like, do I belong here? You're trying to sneak look at the price tags, you don't want to make too much attention to yourself, but you're there. You're there because you're ready to play, you're ready to buy. And so if you are in a room and you start to get that feeling that, like, should I be here? Girl, you're there.
Yes.
So getting over that imposter syndrome is really, really, really difficult, but also incredibly crucial.
Think about this, even, it's not even not even just in a relationship, but I mean, even going to a party. You know, you go to a party sometimes and you think, maybe I shouldn't have been invited, like I'm out of my league here. And that was my experience when I first walked into a newsroom.
Yes.
I felt immediately mediocre. People here must be smarter than me. I don't really belong here, not sure how I landed here. And that sort of stymied my growth for several months before I snapped out of it. So you say we need to sort of take some guidance from the Queen, Beyonce.
Yes.
What does she say about all of this? She takes up some space.
I was actually on a TV show, I live in California there, and I had a guest say some really mean things about me afterwards. And I just, in that moment, felt exactly how you felt in that newsroom. She's right, I don't belong here, I'm not good enough. And then I listened to the Beyonce album, as one does when they're feeling down, and she really just talked about step out of your estimate. I know that you aren't supposed to be there because you've gone beyond what your parents may have or what people expected you to, but you're there. Step out of that estimate and own that space. Step in your essence and know that you're excellent. I'm about to cry, listen to Queen Bee right now. But yeah, just that notion of, it's okay. I know that people are going to have questions. People are going to wonder why you're there. And for a lot of women, we're showing up in a lot of spaces we didn't before.
Yeah.
And that's shocking to people.
Yes.
And so acknowledging there's going to be questions, but you got answers.
You have answers. Not that you ever have to justify it to anyone else, but maybe to yourself from time to time, but this is why I'm here. What went through your mind when this person said these mean things about you? Because what I find about myself is when I'm in a situation and someone says something off color, offhand, a little bit of a diss, a little bit of a jab, I'm not a comeback queen. Like, I don't have that thing. I go back home and think of all the things I should have said. And then, like, how do I manufacture this conversation again so I can say those comebacks? It's never going to happen, Tracy. So what did you do? Did you take a moment? Did you clap back immediately? Like, how do you deal with that?
I guess I had the benefit or not so benefit of I didn't see the segment until it aired, you know, 2 days later. And that's when I looked and I believed her at first. I believed it. I was like, wow, maybe she's right. And I heard people in the audience affirm, you know, kind of laugh along. And so it really hurt. But then I was like, no, Beyonce's right, not her, right? Like, I have a valid space in being here. And I also acknowledge, too, I don't mind answering the questions because I think about the people coming after me. When I answer questions and I prove my space and I'm proud to be there, the next time you see someone like me or see a woman in my position, you're going to be like, oh, I remember there's another girl just like her and she deserved to be there. So let me ask less questions of the next person.
Yes. This is why I like that you show your vulnerability as well, though, because anyone that's coming up needs to see, like, oh, it's not like Shani gets up every morning morning and she feels like she owns the world. It's a process, and you do the work, and then the confidence comes behind that work, right?
What was your moment when you decided after those few months, like, no,
I belong here. It took a long time. Like for me, it's about, and I always have this saying, I say, I want to know where the bathrooms are. So whenever I get to a new workplace or a new television station or a new job, I can't wait till the day where I know the building inside out and I know where the bathrooms are. And that's sort of the feeling I got at some point during the show when I felt like, I am here, they're coming here because they want to see this show, they want to see me. They're watching, I belong here, like this is where I'm supposed to be, but it took a long time to get there, and it's the work that led and then the confidence followed. So I think it's a process we all need to go through no matter what level you're at, what job you're at, or what party you're going to. And I love that you show your vulnerability. So thank you, Shannon Boodram, for the tips. You got to own it.